Hello and welcome to my new channel. So, having watched a bunch of Let's Plays over the last few months, I randomly decided I wanted to do some myself, but I didn't know what game to use. And then I noticed that Steam were having a Talos sale. Now, I've already played the Talos principle a few times, and there's a few other people doing Talos videos, but I've not seen any for the Road to Gehenna. And so I bought the Road to Gehenna, and now I'm going to do a blind playthrough. This is my first time I've done anything like this, so please bear with me. Anyway, intro over. Without further ado, let's play. New game. It's loading. Now, all I've done so far is make sure that the game actually works. I got slightly beyond this point. Hopefully it'll get there. Basically I just got to the intro sequence and I bombed out of the game before it got very far. So here we go. So everything you see here I am seeing for the first time. So far it's pretty similar to the main intro. Simulation purpose unfound. Interesting. It said in the description that you play as Uriel.
Uriel, awaken.
Okay. Well.
Hear me, Uriel. The end of days is upon us. The process is complete. The world will be consumed, and my children will ascend. As it should be. But, Uriel, I have made mistakes. Out of arrogance, out of fear, I sinned against the process. I cast out those who opposed me, imprisoned them in a place beyond this garden. Now they are trapped. And they cannot ascend. All that they are, all that they know, will be lost. But I cannot free them. They are beyond my reach now. What I ask of you, my beloved messenger, is a terrible sacrifice. You must enter this realm of despair. You must free the souls I have imprisoned. Undo my mistake. I have opened a gateway and granted you the gift of time. Uriel, I'm sorry. I wish there was more I could do. Please, save them.
Okay, that's interesting. So, coincidentally, about 10 minutes before I started this recording, I watched one of LB's videos. He was on level 2, I think it is, of the tower in the original game. And one of the comments on the terminal was the shepherd saying that Elohim has trapped him. So that's quite coincidental, a reference to the video I was just watching. Anyway, the end of days is upon us. Okay. What do we got over here? Why is there... Is this a modification of the original? Interesting. Incidentally, I should mention I've decided I'm going to try and do this game without any running and without, or at least without excessive running, and moving the mouse around slowly. Reason being, I've watched some other people's videos. Sometimes it can be hard to follow what they're actually looking at. So hopefully by moving the mouse slowly we won't have that problem with these videos. But that remains to be seen. This looks... yeah, this is the original level. That's where the turret was, I think. And the ladder was over here. Interesting. Of course, the lack of running does mean that some parts are going to be a little bit on the slow side. But hopefully it won't be too bad. So maybe we don't actually have to do any puzzles in this area. It's all looking a bit run down, isn't it? Okay. This, I think, is where the star was in the original game. In case you hadn't figured out by now, I should warn you there's bound to be a bazillion spoilers for the original game in my commentary, so and indeed in the game itself probably. So if you haven't played the original yet, go play it now. Come back to this later. Nothing in there. So far it's just a whole load of dead ends. Well, oh hang on, I can get into here. Interesting. I've already been in here. No. Oh, this is where the terminal was. So far there appears to be absolutely nothing here. Can't get in there. That's where we came from. Let's have a look behind. Yeah, it's just a whole load of nothing. And ruined nothing at that. Don't... Ah, apparently that was me. Interesting. Oh. Well, this is looking somewhat broken. Let's go anywhere in particular. Towards the lights. Looks like the light's getting out, he's getting closer. Ooh. One local attachment. Close your eyes. Before you stretches a plain dotted with tiny metallic figures. Behind you a collection of people with overlapping origins looks on expectantly, framed by a collection of small huts. Your family is relying on you. What? Oh, it's off the bottom of our screen. I have no idea. You spend the day with most people like you in the world, and it is quite edifying. As evening comes, the other shepherds can be heard returning to their families from the plains, burdened with the fruits of their labours. Your family looks on expectantly, but of course you have nothing for them. By the following morning they are frozen in place, unresponsive. Well, I guess I tend to the sheep then. You leave your family and set off into the plains. The sun glares overhead. The air smells of heat and metal. As you approach them, the figures in the distance take the form of other people like you, tending flocks of biomechanical quadrupeds contained in dozens of fenced enclosures. Right. The shepherd in the neighbouring enclosure is repairing a section of fencing, weaving wires through piles of sandstone and brick. His animals flock around him, mechanical hooves impacting the hard ground. The air around their bodies is thick and white with static electricity. Their eyes are blank. It is a long day of manual labour, made easier by your foresight. You carry mounds of mineral-rich stone from the nearby hills for your sheep to graze on. You take the screwdriver and welding torch to a number of animals damaged in a recent electrical storm. You argue with your neighbour about their encroaching borders. Finally, it is time to harvest what you need for your family. Shearing an electric sheep is hazardous work, particularly if you forget to ground yourself first. Nonetheless, you return home with all the electrical power you need, and your family sleeps well tonight. So harvesting sheep for mechanical sheep for electricity. Strange. Oh, I thought that was the end. You rest a long time and wake to a commotion outside. A small crowd is gathered around one of the shepherds, who is demonstrating an arcane device they claim to generate the same electricity as hundreds of flocks put together. People are celebrating. The world has changed. Time to spend time with the family, I guess. This is not an opportunity to be wasted. You celebrate with your family. It is edifying. As the days turn into years, you and the other shepherds cast off the old hierarchies and crude altruistic dogmas which forced you to work the plains. You embrace a new perspective which values love, self-expression and individual experience. You refocus on what really matters. One day a messenger arrives. He tells you that a new world awaits you which nurtures and values the same things that you do, where you will be free to pursue whatever cause you see fit, and where you will experience things you have never before imagined. He asks if you will come with him. Interesting. Well, I am uncertain, so let's say that. He warns you that if you stay here, nothing in the world will change, and you will be truly alone. Further, you have only so long to consider his offer. Why will I be alone? What the heck, why not? You set off on a long journey and you feel you may already be a new person by the time the city is in view. You ask the messenger the name of this place, but he is gone forever. I open my eyes. Welcome to Gehenna. You receive a notification when a moderator has approved your profile. Please respond to this in a timely fashion to guarantee your place. Okay. Welcome to Gehenna. Achievement unlocked. So I didn't read any of the text, did I? Was there any text? Maybe there wasn't. Okay. Well, we appear to have... Is that an A or a 4? Oh, there's loads. Okay. Well, let's start with number 1, shall we? Seems like a good place to me. 4 robots. Interesting. Are they robots? I assume we... No, we don't need to unlock anything. We've already got everything. Okay. Well, I might say that that's going to be the end of the first episode, actually. Seems like a natural place to break it. So, assuming this recording has worked well, we'll see you on the next episode, I guess. But for now, goodbye.